what's up you guys? It's MCLegoboy here with 7110 Landspeeder, a classic 1999 Star Wars set. So why am I reviewing this? Well, I did not get a request to review it. The day I am uploading this is May 25th. That is officially the 40th anniversary of the release of Star Wars. And so that is why I am reviewing this. It is a classic set based off of that movie. And I just felt like, you know what? I've kind of been wanting to review it. And why not do it now of all times? So that's why I'm doing it. It has 49 pieces in it. I counted 47 from the instructions, but that's because I counted the heads and torsos of the minifigures as one piece because that's how they used to come. They used to come pre-assembled, and if you had to have a minifig wear a cape, you'd have to remove the head, put the cape on, and then put the head back on. It's really weird. I totally forgot that they did that though because I hadn't done this in a while. Also, another reason why I'm reviewing this, aside from all the classic stuff, this is, I'm pretty sure, my first LEGO Star Wars set that I ever got. Now, all the pieces in here may not 100% be the exact same pieces because I remember I got this more than once. I took it apart more than once. It was in pieces more than once. I mean, oh my gosh. But you know what? 1999, I was 5. Maybe. I'm trying to remember. How does math work? No, I should have been 5. I was 5. So anyway, let's just review this. So, first minifigure we have is Luke. Luke, man, if you say like Luke Skywalker and LEGO Star Wars, this is probably what comes into mind for me. This is just classic, and there's nothing more to look at. There's no back printing. There's nothing on the other side of his head. It's just a very simple Luke Skywalker from Tatooine, and he looks great. I really like it. Then we have Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Ben Kenobi, whichever one you want to say. I know that some people, they kind of refer Ben just to differentiate between the prequels and the original trilogy. So, and I'm fairly certain this is like the first version of Ben that I ever got. And the reason why is because if you look closely, his eyes, they have little dots on the sides of them. I remember seeing that. I was like, that's a little weird. His eyes always kind of look like they're darting to one side, and I was like, all right, well, you know what, let's go with that. So again, very simple, nothing more to it. And there is a lightsaber involved. There is nowhere specific to store the lightsaber, although I have always stored it in here. And this lightsaber is also extremely important to me because again, if this was the first set that I ever got, this was the first time I ever saw a lightsaber. This is the first lightsaber I ever got. No, I did not play with it to the point that all the chrome came off. It came like that. And I was like, wow, look at all this detail. Like, they're making sure that some parts are shiny and some parts aren't. That's really cool. No, turns out I got a defect in everything. Like, my chrome lightsaber wasn't perfect. My Obi-Wan had darting eyes. Like, pretty weird. And I'm pretty sure that this was before they even gave you extra pieces for the lightsaber, because I remember I didn't really have a choice. Like, that was my lightsaber, and I loved it. So yeah. So to talk about the Landspeeder, there's not much to talk about. I did mention that there wasn't really a place to store it. There kind of is, but I don't really like taking apart lightsabers. It just kind of gets annoying, and especially when you have to store the blade in a 4-length long spot. Like, I would have to put the hilt down first, and then that over the cross sideways, and I don't care. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just take the 2 pieces off in front and deal with it that way. no, it's not as simple as doing that by just removing the piece from the back, but it fits. And it barely fits, but it fits. And it's not going anywhere. And it works for if you want to have it on display. Oh my. This was also one of the first times I was ever introduced to jumper plates. So, kind of cool to see that. And there, like, this set is so simple that it didn't even have any controls for Luke. It barely had any sort of, like, little damage and stuff here. And it is so inaccurate. I mean, things are too wide. Things are the wrong color. Like, this is tan. It's not sand red like the 2004 version. It's not that weird kind of medium nougat or whatever color that it is now. Or salmon, I guess, is what it ended up being later. The red is just regular red because dark red hadn't been invented yet. This detailing is very simple, but man, do I love it. But like as a first set that I ever got, because you know what, I'm just gonna stick with it. Like, this is probably the first set I ever got. It comes with a lot of different building techniques. Like, there's some snot in here. There's some Technic that makes that snot happen. There's curved pieces. I mean, not that, like, that's really groundbreaking, but when you're 5 years old and you get, like, a Lego set and your experience has mostly been with just blocky pieces, having curved pieces, that's, like, groundbreaking. And these little jumper plates, that's really cool. So, yeah. Pretty sweet. And I just want to talk about the instructions for a little bit too, because man, I miss instructions like this. So they are really large. If you got a set that was only 49 pieces today, it would come in a smaller thing, and it'd be folded in half, and it'd be like twice as thick as this. And you know, but like when I'm going through this now, it's been flattened over the years, but the pages are just kind of staying down mostly. And that's because of this tri-fold that they had going on, where it was folded up like that in the box. So I miss when they would fold things, because then if it did fold back, it was like, well, I mean, that's just the way it is. Now you get it in a box and it's all warped and weird. They tell you the name of the set on the instructions. They tell you the name of the characters within the instructions, especially these Star Wars ones. You'd get little clips of the movie. Like, how cool is that? Oh my gosh, I miss these things so much. Alternate instructions. Look at this prototype lightsaber handle. Like, that's amazing. They had images taken before they actually had a finished lightsaber hilt made. That's what it used to look like. You couldn't attach a stud on top, I don't think. Or maybe it got changed in such a way that... Yeah, no, okay, whatever. Ignore what I'm saying. And then, of course, they showed you alternate builds. Like, this is not canon. It doesn't even make sense. Like, what is this? But the fact that they were still saying, it's like, no, this is a Lego set. Even though it's based off Star Wars, you can make whatever you want. I miss that so much. I look at the back of the instructions and the back of the box of every set now, and it's like, nope, this is what you have. The only set that I ever see is like, you can make other things as creator, and it's a little disappointing, because as an adult, they just kind of display stuff now. It's a little like, oh, all right, I guess I got the set now. I don't like take them apart and build other things. It's like, no, that's the whole point of Lego. So thank you for coming down this nostalgia trip with me. This has been MCLegoboy with 7110 Landspeeder. See you guys.
Let's go out with something really hot for these folks. A big hit out of 77. Ah, Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars.